In this video, we're going into tvtropes.org and we're taking out the game mechanics for the RPG games. And this one is called Background Music Override. So I want to take that and fuse it with a personal development mindset to help you get more of that RPG infused into your life. What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, helping you find your true character and level it up so you can play life better. Background music override. So the first thing that my mind went to with this is taking experiences, taking things from your life and continuously looping them over and over again. So if you are in a game, you're playing Final Fantasy VII or something like that, and there's this big dramatic scene and somebody dies, and the music continues to kind of go on and on so that you remember what happened. It overrides all the other stuff and it just continues to go through. And I guess it brings in some of that dramatic nature of the previous scene. And in real life too, this does happen. My daughter's screaming back there. For me personally, as someone who is a very kinesthetic and audio digital person, I constantly go back and forth between this inner voice. What am I saying to myself about this, and how do I feel about it? And kind of going back and forth between that. And you might understand that, you might not. If you're wired differently and you're more of a visual person, you probably speak a lot faster. You're a lot more like poppy with a lot of things. But for me, it's a slow kind of resonance, deciding how am I feeling about this and what am I thinking about this, and going back and forth between that. And so when something good happens, I generally loop through that. And when something bad happens, I do that too. So with this really quick double-sided technique, I want to explain what you can do with that to make good inner dialogue continue on and make bad inner dialogue stop a little bit. I've talked before about this with the speakers. I don't even remember what video it was. If you have inner dialogue, like, tune in to where those voices are coming from. And if you're not into this stuff, this is going to sound weird. I understand that. But tune in to where that inner dialogue is coming from and just turn the speakers around. Turn the volume down on them. Literally, like, reach out with your hand, turn the volume down, or physically turn them around, push them back, move them to a different mental space location. I know that might sound weird, but do it. It works. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Moving images in mental space, moving sounds in mental space, changing the submodalities, the like small aspects of them, like the tone, the volume, picture, how bright is it, how is it moving, is it blurry, is it really detailed, like changing those things really does make a difference. Shrinking the size down, moving it away, and you can do that with audio too. So if you want to remember something good, somebody said something like, wow, you really helped me out with this. Appreciate that and bring it in. Turn the volume up on it and make it extremely appealing. Make it a chorus of people cheering for you and appreciating you and saying the same words that person said. And likewise, if it's something that somebody said that you didn't like, or that keeps weighing on you and you're like, why did I do this? And you keep hearing their voice or your voice within your head. One, check whose voice is it. This is something I got from Mike Mandel. Whose voice is this, and why are you in my head? And also, as I said, move it away. Move it to a different location that just doesn't feel as bad. You can change it to a different voice. Imagine Donald Duck saying the same thing. Imagine Mickey Mouse saying the same thing. Imagine like a whiny little, mouse or something like that saying something. It's not as impactful if you change it with that. And again, you can add music to it too. You can add some goofy circus music, and whatever that event that you're replaying in your head, is if you have goofy circus music, it's gonna be funny. You know, the old like Benny Hill chase scene music or something like that. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna make it lighter. You're not going to feel as connected to it. It's just something that you're watching over there, and it's got this funny music to it. If it's an experience that was really good, you know, you're standing in front of hundreds of people doing speeches in Japanese and English and entertaining them, and you got a mic, you're telling jokes and stuff like that, and it feels good. Feel the sunlight, feel the temperature, look at the people's smiles, vivify it, revivify it, make it really bright, make it really clear and detailed, and add some like epic music to it. And lock it in there, and then when you remember that, you're going to feel great. And with all of this, there's one more added component. And that added component is to anchor it. Anchor the state. Do something physically, whether it's grabbing your wrist on both sides, whether it's saying pineapples or doing this. I look at my finger and I say level up. Another thing I got from Mike Mandel. He says awesome, but I like level up because I like to play a lot of games. Or if it's a slap on your shoulder, kind of touching your temples in some unique way or something like that. Something that is not a usual physical connection. Like if it's just squeezing your fist, you're going to blow out the anchor and it's not going to do anything, right? But if it's something unique, when you're at the height of that, or when you have that music going and you're feeling good, you got that background music override going, anchor it. Say level up, make it an audio, a visual, and a kinesthetic feeling, and then go on to the next experience. And when you start to feel bummed or whatever reason, you know, whatever happens, do it again, re-access that anchor, and you're going to feel better. You're going to have your music, background music, overriding whatever that negative sensation is. And in a sense, you're going to be able to dissociate from that problem state and bring in a more resourceful state. So I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. What song are you going to use to empower your life? What is that song that when you listen to, you just feel like on fire? Listen to it, get into it, walk with power and grace, and anchor a positive state. And then whenever you do feel bad, whenever you don't feel like you have enough energy, you're not in the right state, access it again. I do this. I got a really cool song. Maybe I'll put the link down below in the comments. And I listen to it before videos. I get going. I get all excited about it, and then I can do videos. And when I don't listen to it, generally a little bit more low energy. I'm not quite in the mood. So there you go. It works. Personal experience. Anyway, keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck. Have fun. Peace. It's a good song.